It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You're attacking a woman for having her opinion, and it's just her opinion. If you don't want to buy her tape, again, don't buy her tape. If you don't want to buy her music, you want to boycott her music, boycott her music. But you ain't got it 100% right. You never will have it 100% right. You never will.
Merry Christmas. Let's start this off right. Nicki Minaj, this one's for you. Come here, come to the front. Just because you go on Turning Point USA and you sit down with Erica Kirk, and you say that you're going into politics and you're looking for a party for your brother and your husband who are PDFs. Okay, let's say it again, who are PDFs. Because you know that over here we do the exposing. I know you sweep things under the rug for your own whatever. I'm very disappointed in you as a Sagittarius, but whatever, sell out if you gotta sell out. Do what you gotta do. It's still not gonna make them not a PDF. It doesn't matter if they get pardoned. We still already think that they are PDFs. We think they're horrible fucking people. And we think that you're horrible for associating with them. So, you get in a...
Now, I had to stop because I'm pretty sure, 100% sure, that she got a bunch of horrible people that's either family or friends that she associates with. Now, if I told her she's horrible for associating with them because they're horrible people, what changes? She wouldn't feel any type of way about it. This is the ranting and the ravings that I don't know if it's for clickbait or if it's just because I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, it's probably for followers because, of course, anything you agree with, you're going to have people that agree with you and people that don't agree with you. That's part of life. That's why you can do this in this country. You understand that, right? You understand that we live in the most powerful country, wealthiest country. People break into our country for what we have. Y'all, you do get that, right? And one of the things you do have is the freedom of speech. So, but I'm going to let her freely speak.
From Erica Kirk or the Trump administration or wherever you get it from, Miss Onika, Trinidad. We not care, we don't hear it. It's still not going to do nothing for we. I not care. Your brother is still going to be pedophile. Peta. Yeah, man. Still a peta. It no matter who no sit with. But that's why you know that, Nicki. Have a good day, Onika.
Don't worship these guys, yo. Don't worship them.
I started going to church in New York. And it changed everything. It changed my life for the better because I was going every week. I was hearing the word of God be preached. And then I was going home and I was applying it to my life. Even as a little girl, I learned how to pray very early. I always had this faith that made people think, the kind of faith that you think a person is crazy, like, oh, please, like, But I had that faith instinctively. Once I started hearing about God and, just getting more into the Bible, I got baptized. When I was about 13, I got baptized. I have just always...
So a lot of these, and another point is, we forget that a lot of these stars, man, a lot of these celebrities, not all of them, but a good amount of them, they have traces back to the church, whether it's the black church or just the overall church. And somewhere along the way, their gifts and their talents pulled them in a different direction. So what she's outlining is very clear, and I understand it, and I can understand where she's coming from with that. Let's, I want to hit this one.
Know how Nicki Minaj overnight literally became the enemy of black people. Y'all know that black people are not a monolith, right? Like all people, and there's nobody of any culture that's a monolith. Everybody thinks differently. Everybody got a different perspective. They look at things, they grow up, they evolve, they have children, they have different standards and demeanor, and you evolve, and you're not supposed to stay the same for the rest of your life. And I'm not really sure exactly what black people think that Turning Point USA represents. It represents Christ. It represents God. It represents conservative values, tradition.
So let me stop right there. That's Anton Daniels, the Anton Daniels channel, right? Uh, to tap in just briefly on Turning Point. Turning Point is not a neo-Nazi freaking college organization. Regardless of what the left or whatever media wants to make you think concerning it, there is nothing neo-Nazi in Turning Point. It is Bible study on college campus and having college students question their actions, which if they don't question it now, do you want them to question it when they leave college and get into the real world? And then they got to realize that the decisions that they made, whether they were hoeing around, male or female, wasn't the best decision. Turning Point is probably the best thing that a college campus can do for the moral, morality, self-esteem of the people that's there, of the students that attend the college. I kind of laugh at this because even when I say that, a lot of people still won't even get it. Because I think you're just indoctrinated into this belief that I guess everything that it's a national white nationalist group or there's another group called Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Very similar to Turning Point. Bible studies. They just don't have an outspoken leader or anyone that really advocated for the culture to revise and rethink about and attack the culture. See, the thing about culture, and that's on one of Turning Point's biggest things that it advocates for, a culture that reflects Jesus Christ. Culture is so backwards. And this is how I know it's backwards. It's like Run DMC said, oh, she's like, he bad. That's bad. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. Same thing with culture. Culture comes across as being one thing and it's really something else, and everybody gets on board with it, and the amount of people that get on board with it, then it becomes true. It's not a finite thing. It's not definitive. Like it says that this is it and everybody agrees with it, so this is it. And it's the easiest way to shape our young people's mind. They experience it in not before they get to college, in high school, they experience it in middle school. And if you're parents that all you listen to is Nicki Minaj, all you listen to is rap music or music that goes against some of the fundamental things, and I like some hip hop songs, but some of this stuff is just shit, bro, honestly. But you guys get it when you get down with that? I hear my daughters, they'll listen to certain things. I'm like, nah, I would tell you not to do that. Because what you put in your eyes, what you continuously listen to, eventually will shape you from the inside out. That's it. And culture wants to do that. It wants to shape you and define you in another image contrary to Jesus. So that's why Turning Point initially was started. It's about culture too. But you guys get very weird. Very, very weird. Very weird.
Traditional values. And I asked this question last night, and I'm asking it again to you guys. How did we as Black people become the face of gay, trans, and the LGBTQ community? I'm really trying to understand that, because it seems like, and I was listening to another girl that was talking about it, and I got several different videos that I'm sorting through to see if I want to react to those, because obviously Nicki Minaj is the hot topic right now.
And I'm a pause this, what he's saying, because I got more to roll through. But to answer Anton's question, how? And to challenge you and have you understand why you're so mad at Nicki Minaj, okay? How did we become the face of gay, trans rights and conformity to a Democratic Party or to a specific party, somewhere along the line, we have to admit that when you attack gay people, when you attack trans people, despite of if you agree with them or not, you are still infringing on their civil liberties to practice in what they choose. Instead of actually attacking the main thing, we don't want our children to be indoctrinated at young ages. We don't want all these TV shows to display and express their beliefs, which is completely which is culture in itself, in its whole. We can't grow a society with two men. You can't grow a society with two women. You need a man and a woman to procreate and to expand our society. For Black communities also, regardless. These are fringe things. It's really fringe. We took the fringe and we put it in a center and we said the fringe has civil rights. And listen, Black people, just like they took your civil rights, they're also taking their civil rights. And so you put them under this big umbrella, you call it the Democratic Party, and everybody stays underneath that umbrella. And regardless of if I agree with you when it comes to trans people in women's sport or disagree with you concerning it, we still are under the same umbrella. And then they tell you, we're under this Democratic umbrella. You come and join this. You're Black. You fit under this umbrella. Join it. You're white. You're white and you've been suffering and you got to feel guilty for all of your things that you've done. I don't want a white person to feel guilty for shit. Listen, you didn't hang me. You didn't hang you ain't hang none of my old people. You ain't hang none of them. Those people in my ancestors, you never hung any of them from a tree. How you gonna be held as responsible for what your ancestors did? And you know they stupid and you agree they stupid, that's different. If you don't agree they're stupid and they were right, then that's a different conversation. All you gotta say is I agree. They were stupid, it was wrong. Let's move on. That's all it takes. But now we're in a place where our superstars are elevated to this point where these are the same superstars. And I believe that's one reason why Black women are upset. That's one reason why some of these Black people are spazzing out. You guys are spazzing out because you believe that the way she thinks, because you believe the way she thinks is wrong. And the reason why you believe that is because the same party that supposedly is defending LGBTQ rights and gay rights, well, supposedly they put that in front of Black rights. They put that in front of civil rights for anybody. But that same party now, they're in that place where they fed you the message that these stars and celebrities, if they're doing it, of course they should. It must be right. If they believe this way, it must be right. See how Don Lemon believes. See how Jay-Z believes? Yeah, he's for the people. You see how what was it? Denzel believes. You see, and I don't know how Denzel says Denzel's not political, but they give you all these other stars, and when one of them steps out of line, like Nicki, we gotta discredit them. We gotta disevolve them. We gotta say, hey, they Black. Oh no, they're illegal. That's the reason why they acting like that. They don't want to be shipped over and moved away. I think Nicki got enough money. If she wanted to buy one of those Trump Go cards, she probably could. I'm pretty sure Nicki could buy one of those Go cards if she wanted to. She could have stood there, made her couple tweets with Trump and been going. And Trump would have, oh, thank you. Nicki did very good. We love what Nicki has to say. And left and say, I'm going to buy my gold card for $1 million, and Trump would have given her gold card for $1 million. She could have.
Congratulations. Well done.
But she didn't. She's expressing how she feels. And there is a portion when she was talking about white women being treated or discredited because of their color, blonde hair, blue eyes, that I don't get why that is such a freaking evil thought. That's a white woman. The same discrimination you face towards your skin, do you feel like they should be discriminated to also towards their skin? Do you think that, oh, I guess their color means that they don't have any type of, what is it, they don't have any morals? Or they don't have any feelings? Come on, man. Y'all got to grow up. Y'all got to get past this black and white thing. Y'all got to let it go. This is the first year of Trump, and we're in the first year. We ain't even make it year 2, and y'all spazzing out. Y'all gonna lose all your superstars. I'm telling you, you're going to. I don't get it. Maybe I'm off. I don't want to be too far off topic. Let's go to the next one.
It's so funny because just last month, everyone was a Nicki fan. Everybody was a Barb. Oh my gosh, Nicki's a baddie. Oh my gosh, did you hear that last song she came out with? Oh my gosh, Papa Bear. But since she switched sides, people want to switch up on her. Are we not allowed to be human? Are we not allowed to have our own opinions? You mean to tell me that if she would have just kept it to herself, she would still have fans? She can express how she feels to the world? Her music isn't good anymore? We just gonna forget her hits and delete all her music because she wants to be MAGA now. Your political beliefs now determine who you can be friends with. If we like different colors, it's all good. If we don't like the same foods, it's all good. But we have to vote for the same individuals. Otherwise, it's not all good. This is so
This is how you know you guys are brainwashed. When you're triggered by another person's opinion. See, I don't even get triggered by white folks that are racist, honestly. That hate black people. I always wonder why black people get triggered by them, and some black people get triggered by, not all black people, but it's a good amount, right? Oh, he called me a no, you know, and you go and you calling your buddy the same thing. But either way, let's go. I don't know why. Why does their opinion about you determine your mood? Why do their thoughts and their concerns about you trigger you? Now, there is a point where if you're doing stupid stuff and it gets called out, it's stupid. But I mean, just for the sheer sake of your black skin, when someone dislikes that and they don't look like you, why? Why do you care? Can they make you or break you? Can they put the next paycheck into your pocket? Like, Leon, that's at my job. That's what I work with. You probably need to get another job then. You probably need to get away from that. You probably need to, if God put it on your heart to fight and to bring the point, then you bring the point. But for a large part, who cares? Who cares? That is the next level of mental slavery. And I keep saying it. You're slave mentally before you ever become a slave physically.
real and so stupid. Boy, I tell you, the hypocrisy in this world is really starting to irritate my soul.
And it is hypocrisy. But you know.
FYI, to all the people that are saying that Nicki Minaj lost 10 million followers, you have to understand how propaganda works. Clickbait, you have to remember, everyone has a narrative. Everyone's trying to win. It's an information war. So it's just like, the only way to know what's really happening is for you to, when you see a clip, understand that in media, the goal is to persuade, inform or persuade. That's it. Okay. And so a lot of times when you see, clips on the internet, whoever posted it has a mission and an intention to sway you to their way of thinking. This happens across the board. And so as an everyday.
And she's not lying. That's what happens. I mean, that's what God's trying to do. He's trying to sway you to understand that he loves you. and some of the stuff that happens to you wasn't his fault, you know. But everybody says that's his fault. But this is the game of propaganda. I saw that too. I saw Nicki lost 100,000 followers. Nicki lost 10 million followers. I think it's more for Nicki Minaj when you hear that. I think it's more for Nicki. The reason why is because if she sees that, they're believing that she will feel discouraged or people will like her less. I want you guys to understand where we're at right now in this society. We're not in a place where all your negative statements actually mean anything. It makes people like me go do more research. And then don't let me find out something that I like while you're telling me it's all negative. I'm going to be like, damn, that's no. You end up bringing more people over to the cause, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. But you do end up bringing more people to it. That's why certain things I won't even enlighten. I won't even showcase. Like, for example, Nick Fuentes. You'll never see me. Probably, I'm not going to say you'll never see me. Probably down the line. But in this season, I'm not putting anything out for Nick Fuentes. I'm not making any comments on his stuff. Because Nick doesn't fit really any type of real narrative. And if you really know what's going on with Nick Fuentes, you kind of would be like, I've seen him in other talk shows and people address him on certain things on panels, and his response wasn't. But that's neither here nor there, okay? But we still live in this place of propaganda where the machine is supposed to determine what you think, right? Think of it. Compare this to China. China, when a story breaks out that the Chinese government doesn't want to be out there or something like that, they will shut down whole internets. They will put their propaganda machine in play, and it will now combat that narrative, hush and qualm the thoughts. And because you live in a communist society, you might get a knock on your door and you might get dragged out. And your family may not see you for a while, reconditioning. And when you come back, you're going to have nothing but great things to say about China, or you probably won't come back, okay? Not China as a whole, but the Communist Party of China. When do we not realize that we're blessed to live in a place where these opinions matter? And if we address these opinions the right way, if we look at it and we analyze what the person's saying, if we are not so quick to judge them, then we'll find out that they may know something or see something that we may not see. Hence, some people say that Nicki's on her rant, her Kanye West rant. I don't think she's on her Kanye West rant. I think Yeezy had reasons to rant, even though Yeezy's ranting on some crazy stuff. But I don't walk in his shoes. I don't see from his perspective his contracts, his bank accounts, his meetings with individuals. He's only going to tell you what he sees, what he knows, what he's experienced, his years in that space. You can agree with it or not. Same thing with Nicki.
Citizen, what you have to do is do your DD. Do your due diligence and actually go and figure out, okay, so what's actually happening here? For example, two things. Actually, there's a lot of propaganda circulating that I've just been like shaking my head about. You have people who want you to believe. See, you have to understand herd mentality psychologically. They want you to believe that Nicki Minaj is being canceled, that the mob is still strong and people are still in lockstep with each other.
Dangerous thing, herd mentality, the most dangerous thing.
In cancel culture. And so they want you to believe that they are so powerful that they have gotten rid of her. This is why I keep seeing clips of people saying she lost 10 million followers. This is what happens when you go to the right, or if you're a Trump supporter. Oh, she's going to be canceled. This is the end of her career. She's going to, all of that. There are videos of people saying she lost 10 million followers on Instagram and across her platforms, like just circulating all over the place. The gag is Nicki Minaj has been off of Instagram for a while. Nicki Minaj deactivated her Instagram account months ago. That had nothing to do. This is before she ever came out supporting Trump, before she ever held hands. It was, hanging out with Erica Kirk or whatever, or collaborating with Erica Kirk. None of that before she said anything, thanked President Trump about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. Her Instagram was already deactivated. But what they won't tell you is that her streams are going to the moon, which means losing followers. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of people that unfollowed her, but equally there's a lot of people that followed her. And followers don't equate to money. So she's still raking in money. Okay? She has a 15-year-old song that's #1 on iTunes, Up All Night, with her and Drake.
Yep.
She's
still getting her bag. I mean, she's not. To believe that you going out and canceling Nicki Minaj will stop her from getting her bag, you missed it. It's not the fact that she's a legendary rapper alone, but everybody doesn't feel the way you feel. Everybody doesn't think the way you think. They don't. They don't think or see it the same way.
Oh my gosh, the celebrity's a Trump supporter. That means we have to cancel them. Do y'all not realize that behind the scenes, like, all of these influencers, rappers, celebrities, rappers especially, are Republican? No one wants to pay high taxes. Nobody wants men and women's spaces. Nobody wants a wide open border unless you're helping people through the wide open border. Oh my gosh, Trump's going to take your rights away. Do you see me in shackles yet? And liberals, you honestly should only be mad at yourselves because y'all could have had it all. Nobody wants to be a liberal at this point.
You heard what he said, right? Some of the same people that you guys would actually like trip out about. Some of those same people don't agree with you. They don't agree with what the Democratic Party is actually doing. They don't agree with women, males and women's sports. They don't agree with the trans topic. They're quiet for the bag. Mammon and money will make you do the strangest things. Because if somebody dangles that bag in front of you, you're going to go ahead and go for the bag. Oh, it's okay, yeah. I don't know too much about Trump. I don't even think, okay, don't like him, I won't like him. That's what you get. Because your stars they're great at what they do. Rapping, singing, acting. They may be shitty human beings. 9 times out of 10, well, I don't say that. 50%. If I'm being too generous, you leave a comment and you let me know. But 50% of the time, they're ignorant of most of these topics. When I saw Stephen A starting his political rant portion, I knew he was ignorant about politics. When he went on Patrick Bet-David's Volutainment and started to, he got interviewed, and then next thing you know, he's landing that deal, and PBD is, he says, man, I thank PBD for the advice on negotiating those deals. He's getting his feet warm in the political side, like he wet on the political side. But does he know politics? No. And I would dare to say that even a lot of people don't know politics. They really don't. Because if you really knew what was going on, you probably would kill yourself. That's the truth. Because a lot of people can't take it. Nancy Pelosi making $177 million working in Congress. When does a public servant ever get a chance to make $177 million? What public servants who put their life on the line in the military come out after 20 years making $177 million? Now, granted, based on whatever space they're in, they can go and work in the private field space and work for one of those aerospace companies, whether you're talking about military technology company. It doesn't matter. They can find a place there, and based off their experience coming out of the military, they can make a ton of money. But you would kill yourself. You wouldn't, your heart would faint. Because we definitely always got to know everything, right? It would. At its core, do you truly believe what you say a lot of times? I wonder if people do. A lot of people don't truly believe. I truly believe this is how I know you don't believe. Like Charlie Kirk was ready to take a bullet. He knew there's a possibility he could die. He could get shot. But he believed what he had to say was strong, was more important than his life. The same for Martin Luther King. The same for Malcolm X. Same for JFK. His ranting against the military-industrial system, counter-espionage community. He believes some of that stuff so much to his core. Most of you are just echoing exactly what's there. And if you believe it, your belief doesn't have to be expressed in a way of violence or in a way of sheer hatred. Say what you got to say. Man, listen, leave your comments on this. Please leave your comments. I definitely want to hear every last comment on it. But you're bamboozled and hoodwinked to believe that the people that you go and watch in movies and buy their tapes, that they agree with you. They want your money, bro. Sis, it's all about the bag. It's not about you or what you believe. It's about the bag.
Just the way y'all reacted to Sydney Sweeney told me everything I needed to know about why liberals are never winning elections again. Because liberals, you don't like hot people. You don't like to be in shape. You don't like people being rich. You don't like people, being capitalists, taking advantage of the free country that we live in. You want people to all view themselves as victims. And when we don't, especially when we're black or a part of any marginalized group, you have the audacity to tell us that we're against our own better interests. Babe, I'm drinking Air One in my Tesla, and I grew up poor. But you know what? I decided to take advantage of this free country, and now I'm thriving. Why aren't you? Y'all are supporting socialists and low-key supporting Sharia law. It's like, yep, burlap sacks for all of you, bitch.
All right.
So I just
pauses right here. I'm gonna have my wife join me. You're gonna have to get some headphones. Get the red headbuds that are in the brown box right there, because you can't. She wouldn't be able to hear it unless we're already on it.
my videos.
Now, if you're taking down videos and you're changing your thought concerning Nicki Minaj, I think you should. You shouldn't take what CNN says as being whole. You really should.
Y'all funny. Pay attention to how these people talking to Nicki Minaj right now. The same people that want to control Nicki, look at how they talking to Nicki in the comments or about Nicki. Just because she's standing up for God, just because she's standing up for kids, just because she's standing up for artists like herself that are basically manipulated in the system of the industry. Look at how they talking to her because she wants to talk about God and her music. Look at how they talking and dogging her. How you think somebody supposed to follow y'all when y'all don't even know how to talk to people? Are y'all okay? Like, what the fuck is up, Mariah? Like, y'all think somebody supposed to be, like, look at yourself. That's why she said, a lot of y'all got issues within yourself. You follow the blind. You follow the gatekeepers in the industry plants that sit here and pollute y'all minds every day to make shit look cool. And y'all think that a motherfucker that really speaking the truth is supposed to bow down to y'all? Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
And you being mad at Nicki for supporting Trump is not going to fix the fact that you're 3 months behind on your rent. And you're working a job that you don't want to fucking work. It's not going to fix what the fuck you going through in life. Just because she support Trump ain't got shit to do with you. Just because your beliefs are different than hers ain't got shit to do with you. Her beliefs ain't got shit to do with your mishaps in life. Y'all hoes delusional.